Happy 4th of July today. So, the 4th of July means a lot to me. It's Independence Day, it's all about our freedom. And I have been in a 2+ year battle with my soon to be ex husband with custody and a divorce. It's been a really long, brutal road. Um, but today I'm celebrating my freedom. The divorce is actually finalized. I'm just now waiting for the actual divorce decree that's signed because it was contingent upon the sale of our house. So I filed for custody back about a year or more ago, but he dragged it out and wouldn't agree to anything and couldn't follow a simple order. So here we are. Then he demanded a trial twice. The first one was canceled because of a probation issue. And for confidentiality reasons, I'm going to be calling him Mr. W. So, Mr. W demanded a trial against me when he could have simply petitioned to modify a, the old order, which he didn't follow through with in the first place. Had he followed through with that, fine, he would have been able, like, we would have just had that custody order, but he doesn't follow. He feels like no law is like he's above it all. He doesn't have to follow anything. So then he demanded a trial, and then he posted my two sons as his witnesses, which then they ended up not coming through on. They said they were too uncomfortable and that they both went into the military. So my two grown adult sons are from a previous marriage that didn't work out. So I have them, and then I have 3 daughters with my soon-to-be ex-husband, whatever, Mr. W. So we have 3 little daughters, ages 10, 9, and 6, and this is about their custody. So I went to the trial June 13th. I show up, and the judge, instead of having a trial, said that we have 2 hours to come to an agreement. So then I had to sit in a conference room for a couple hours. Me, my attorney, him and his attorney, and our reunification counselor was the modifier. A mediator. She mediated the agreement. We came to an agreement. His attorney drafted it, the custody order out, and then there were some corrections that had to be made. So we did the edits, and then his attorney emailed my attorney for the final draft saying, okay, we're all in agreement now, finally. This is the final draft. And then on the last page, all parties, sign it. Well, she never had him sign. The two of them, him and his attorney, needed to sign it, send it back to my attorney so the two of us could sign it, and we never received it. And here it is, July 4th. And this was back June 13th to the 20th. And then she emailed my attorney saying, oh, well, he's going to come in sometime by the end of the week, which gave him to the 23rd of June or something like that, but he never signed it. She never emailed it back, so there's no signed final order. So the reason why I'm saying all this is because so far he's had a couple visits, and then I didn't realize that he had them today for July 4th for a visit from 11 a.m. to 7. So I actually have a copy here, but it's just what I printed out. It's with all the drafts, the handwritten drafts on it, and no signatures on the last page. So father is to have them July 4th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. But, so this morning I wake up around 8 because 8 a.m. and then at 8:08 I get a text. So we also have to, it's court ordered that we do our family wizard for contact because there is a no contact order with him because of several criminal charges. So I got there a 2-year no contact order is through his parole from that. So all communications have to go through our family wizard. So I had to pay $100 for that. I have that all set up now, which he also tried to tell the reunification counselor that he can't set up his court-ordered family wizard account unless he has my email address. But we were already all connected on Family Wizard, and I emailed her back, and I said, no, we're already all connected on Family Wizard. But, like, he can do this and try all this stuff, but nothing, without any repercussions. It's so upsetting. So, okay, so 8:08 a.m. today, I get a notification through our Family Wizard that he had sent me a message. So my message, all communication goes through here because the professionals and the courts, everybody, the judge can have access to everything. And it says everything's time stamped, and you can't change it. Like, you can't go back and delete stuff. Okay, so from Mr. W to me, the title is Drop Off Time. So this is July 4th, 2017 at 8:06 a.m. This is all that I get. A one-liner. Can you drop off the girls at noon instead of 11 a.m.? So I read that. I'm like, what? Because I'm not even thinking that he has visitation today because I still have yet to even receive the final order. So I'm like, wait, does that mean, can you drop off the girls at noon instead of 11 a.m.? Question mark. So I'm like, what is he talking about? What does he mean? So I'm like, today's July 4th, the holiday. And then I was like, oh my gosh, maybe he has visits today. So I look through my papers, don't have and then I was like, I know I don't have a final order. I know it never came. So then I checked my email, and what do you know? We never got the final order. So I'm like, I start to get nervous. My hands start shaking. And because I'm like, I don't know if I'm even going to be. So here I am, a single mom alone with my daughters. And I don't know, am I going to be able to get a hold of my attorney? Is she away? I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to him. So then I look on my emails, and sure enough, his attorney never responded back to my attorney with the finalized copy. It was never finalized, so we don't have anything in writing. So, so I texted my attorney and said, look, and I sent her this, and I said, this is what he sent me. What do I do? Like, what are my rights? I don't even have an order. If something were to happen on this visit and then I'm in court and it's like, well, where's your custody order? And it's not signed by either parties, not filed, it's not finalized. I don't know. So I was advised to respond through my attorney. This is what I said. Oh, wait. Before I responded, then again, I got another message that came through. Again, he just repeated himself. July 4th, 2017, 8:57 a.m. now. So at 8:08 and at 8:57 a.m., not even an hour had passed, and he just sent the same message. Can you drop off the girls at noon instead of 11 a.m.? Question mark. So all this time, though, I've been on the phone and trying to get a hold of my attorney, and this is what my attorney had me respond with. Mr. W, there is no custody order currently in place. You're supposed to sign the revised order by June 23rd and return it to my lawyer so I could sign it, and it would be presented to the judge for her signature. You have not sent this back. There can be no further custody until the order is signed by both parties, the judge, and then filed with the court. From me. Okay, so that's what I responded with. So, then my attorney emailed his attorney saying, we have never received a final draft of the custody order back from you. We will not agree to let our client have custody until the order is in place. And that she will just explain that, your client wanted custody today. We don't have the document that authorizes this period of custody. And also, he had been requesting my email address, and she just said that he can't have it, and all communication is supposed to be through our family wizard only, and it had been in fact up and running. So there is no reason for him to even have my contact information. So that was my morning. That took a couple hours out of my morning to have to deal with that. And now it's just upsetting because at every turn, and he's already requesting less time. And because I originally wanted to, so I found out that we don't in fact have the finalized custody order, one. Number two, there is he's already wanting to change like a couple hours. So if he was scheduled to have them 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., he's messaging me 3 hours before your time to say, can you pick them up an hour later? Like, can you drop them off an hour later? Like, there needs to be more time, like at least like 28 to 48 hours if you want to change the schedule. I mean, unless there's an emergency, but he didn't specify any reason or, why is it important? Is it not important? Like, I'm just supposed to automatically comply, it feels like, is what his thinking is, but that's not the case. So I'm going to have my attorney put something in there to where there needs to be unless there's a clear emergency, like the times can't be changed unless it's like within 48 hours. And this is the problem I ran into last time with him. Is just he wanted to drop him off early, pick him up late, do this, is like, you have a simple order that states it's A, B, C, but he never wants to do A, B, C. He wants to do X, Y, Z and all this other crazy stuff, and then look at you like, you're crazy. What is your problem? You're not cooperating. So this is what I'm dealing with. And then the kids, like, it's just sad because then I tell my daughter and then she just goes, she puts her head down and now she's just sitting in her room listening to the radio. I'm like, hey, honey, how do you feel? What are you? She's just like, I don't know. So, and it's hard too because, like, I don't want to ever present him as a bad guy. That's their dad. And I feel like they should have somebody and, have him. But it's like so unreliable, just so unpredictable, so unreliable. It's just so unhealthy and it's upsetting. So happy 4th of July. I'm not going to forget the fact that it's been a long, hard road and I'm on my way to freedom. And I'm celebrating my freedom today. My other daughter, my middle daughter, made a huge batch of homemade lemonade, which she loves making. So she made a huge batch of lemonade. I'm going to make an Italian lemon pound cake and a crab boil, and then we're going to do fireworks and go to a local park that's having like an all-day festival and then fireworks. And I'm just going to celebrate our freedom. This is a free country, and I choose not to be with him. I don't want anything to do with him, and that's my choice, and I can make that choice because I am a free woman today. And our house finally sold, and any day now I should be getting my divorce decree, and that's what I'm going to be celebrating today. And I'm not going to be worried about this Mr. M and all of his complete and utter ridiculousness that just continues. So, God, please handle him, handle this situation. I love you, God, and just keep us safe to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.